We're going to turn now to politics. As Winston Churchill famously said, democracy is the worst form of government, except for all the others. Well, this week, our elected leaders seem determined to prove that true with enough dysfunction in Washington to rival Thanksgiving at the Logan Roy's. The latest casualty, a $118 billion package in the Senate that paired border security with aid to Ukraine and Israel. It failed to get the 60 votes needed to move forward after Republicans rejected it for not doing enough to secure the border. So now the Senate will try again, focusing only on the foreign aid part of that to Ukraine and Israel and Taiwan. The failure continues a streak of stumbles by congressional Republicans. They failed to pass 2 votes yesterday that should have been, according to Republicans, slam dunks, impeaching Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas and giving more aid to Israel. Frustrating? Sure. But maybe this is just the way things are supposed to work in a two-party system, especially when voters install a divided government. House Speaker Mike Johnson addressed that today and tried to assure Americans Congress is capable of doing its job.
You're seeing the messy sausage making, the process of democracy play out. And it's not always clean, it's not always pretty, but the job will be done at the end of the day.
All right, let's go now to NewsNation's Joe Khalil, live for us on Capitol Hill. The messy sausage making, that's a nice way to put what we've watched in the last 24 hours.
I was just going to say messy may be a very nice way of describing that, Elizabeth. So right now in the Senate, you talked about the border and asylum portion of that big bipartisan bill. That is effectively dead. But the other piece of that legislation, which was foreign aid money, military assistance to the tune of $60 billion for Ukraine, $14 billion for Israel, $2.5 billion for Taiwan, that is very much still alive at this moment. We're in a holding pattern on the Senate floor right now, but I've talked to a number of Democrats. They are going to support this. They've been supportive of it for some time now. Republicans are going to be the ones to watch, but even the Republican senators whom I've spoken with say there is a chance they end up voting for this. It depends on what ends up being in a final package. It ends up being what, if any, amendments they are allowed to make to this. So they're all sort of keeping their powder dry, but saying they'd be willing and open to do it. They just have to see what the final product looks like. I want to play for you 2 different perspectives from people we've talked to. They're actually 2 different Johns, one Democratic John, one Republican John, just about the failure of the border and asylum piece of this and hope that they can resurrect something moving forward. Take a listen.
It was disgraceful that they voted for the border as well, too. It's like, here's a solution for the things that you've been asking for months, and then now they threw one of their own members under the train.
Even though we've been unsuccessful getting the border provision done now, we can't quit trying, but at the same time, I don't think we can hold up the Ukrainian, Israeli, and the Indo-Pacific aid.
So, Elizabeth, if this foreign aid money actually does pass the Senate, it would go to the House, and there are a lot of question marks for all the reasons you've already brought up. Speaker Johnson has been non-committal about Ukraine funding, and you saw last night the debacle on the House floor in dramatic fashion. They expected to have a bill they would pass to impeach Mayorkas that ultimately failed and surprised Republican leadership. So a lot of questions about what they even can accomplish. What I will tell you is if the bill does go to the House floor at all, it has the votes to pass, but whether Speaker Johnson will bring it up is going to be the question.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.